can.
Well, then just says being here.
Can you attach it? I don't think you can.
You just hold it. I thought that's what I was supposed to do.
Yeah, like hold it right there.
I thought it's.
You put like back. It says live right now, so you've got to
I
like.
don't really care. There's no one on it though.
Oh, yeah, but people watch the beginning of it.
That sucks for them.
3 people are watching it.
3 people are watching.
I don't care.
Do you want me to do it?
Yeah, let Evelyn be into it. She's obviously holding it straight. They can also hear us.
Okay. Hey guys! This is us.
So you've got to show the thingy. All right, let me see what's showing up.
You're supposed to get that because they're watching this right now. Stop.
Don't
There we go.
Don't move it around a lot.
Got it.
They're probably all gonna get headaches after this.
This is not easy.
So that's why all of y'all are gonna switch off. Y'all don't have to do it. Just like leave it right now.
3 people are watching it.
I don't think it comes on.
See, done. Easy.
Okay.
This is fun.
Oh. Sure it is. Showing up. People watching it?
3.
It's teacher showing up.
Hey guys, it's Miss Sharp and her friends.
Who's left?
God, why is this camera so weird? Oh, okay.
Wait, doing Courtney as in clear the lawn because he's here.
This is not nice. Share? Who are we sharing it with?
I'm just copying.
Is it done now?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Just keep going.
Reminder Taco Tuesday?
Stop looking at my camera.
Bandages. This is so fun. This audio is great.
So here's the link, maybe. Let's see what you can see. Okay, so let's go back to the control room.
Oh yeah, it's okay.
There we go. Just try and hold it steady.
No, it's a rave.
Okay, once we figure that out.
Great. Now I have to do this all night.
Y'all gonna switch off because she can't hold it this whole time.
So we have 2 people watching, and now they're gonna get some very nice quality content. Oh, now it's 2. It keeps going.
It goes down.
Now it's 3. Whoa, we got 3 people watching. Stay tuned, guys, till the very. We have 4. Oh, probably because he sent out the link. Oh, now we have 3 again. Why do we keep leaving? Should we not film this part because they're not doing anything yet?
I just don't know how to end it, and I don't want to mess it up.
There's a button that says end stream.
Well, I don't want to end stream because I don't know how to get it back. And I don't want to do that.
Yeah, let's not do that. How about I can just tell them a fun story about myself until the thing starts. Okay, guys. Someone commented this is an epic stream. Thanks, bud. Your mom said hi. Shout out to Max Gohering. Max,
I don't know who that is.
Max Geckeling. I don't know who that is.
Okay, so we know it's working.
Someone give it a thumbs up. Okay, great. Everything is going great. This is quality content here, folks. Quality.
Rebecca says it's up.
Thanks, Miss Bruce.
That's not nice. Look at what your mom commented.
Oh my gosh.
That's not
Okay,
nice.
we
Can we
need to,
delete that?
Can we like turn off the comments? How do we do that?
People might need to
Remove.
Let's remove that comment. There we go. Because some people might actually need to comment things like, "Hey, stop shaking the camera like it's a rave." Great. Huh? Your mom is not very nice. You're commenting not nice.
So we were on the beach.
Okay, people should be coming down soon.
Stop moving the camera. Okay.
Stop moving the camera.
It's hard. Holding the camera for 5 minutes.
Testing the sound. How does the sound sound?
Yeah, how does the sound sound, peoples? Peoples, how does the sound sound? Please
The
comment.
optionist is better than the factionist. This is Lucy typing this. Oh wait, no, that's Oliver typing this.
Thank you.
We're trying to live stream this early for the 6th graders to watch. But I haven't live streamed anything before, so I'm a little apprehensive.
I get to hold the camera.
You can do it over if it doesn't work out.
I know. I'm thinking, should I end the stream and start a new one, or should I just keep on going? Just keep on going.
Your mom said eat that, so I'm gonna delete things. I don't know if that's
student last year did it all for me, and so this year I'm like, I don't know what to do.
They don't see they were a lot.
See, is this good view? Or should I change it? I don't know. Your mom said eat that. Should I like delete that?
I think any comments that come out that are bad, just delete.
Okay, that's a smart idea, Miss
Send them to the
Sharp.
handbook. Just copy and paste it. Student handbook.
I can't do this one-handed, Haley. Copy and paste it. Not remove. You have to copy and paste it. Okay, well, it's gone now. This person said, no. Say what that person said.
What?
Hide user.
Timeout. Put user in timeout.
Yeah, put the user on
Oliver's gonna
timeout.
love that.
You're on timeout now. Your
Wait,
mom.
With power comes great responsibility.
What is it?
We timeouted your mom. 'Cause
Oh, good.
we gave him a timeout. We're putting you in
We
the.
can block them.
We're putting you in the. We can do that. We have 9 people watching,
I was
guys.
only for 3.
Should I like? Is there a different view I should do? 11 people watching. Yeah. Just like hold it here and I'll scream when things are happening. With great responsibility comes great power. Love land. Ah! Oopsie. Should I like tilt it and like is it gonna be even?
Yeah, like how to make it straight.
Okay.
It's the web.
Okay. Well, that's just because you're filming. Oh, since we have this very easy portal, we can like move it around while things are actually happening.
Well, you can like when 8th graders win, like you can show them in this video coming down.
Yeah.
You can find them.
Well, I see people walking down. So, yeah, great. See, someone left. Wait,
And you have to help too. Because
back to see my middle school. Does anyone know who Trippy 1.3 is? Back to see my middle school.
what does it say?
Well, maybe it's just like a high school or
Back to see my. Oh, I bet it's a Westwood
Westwood kid.
student.
And he's like, he wants to see how his school's going.
You can film people too as they're walking in too, because they'll be coming in.
Oh, yay. Oh, that's not what I meant to film. Okay, well, they're not walking in yet. Sorry.
No, I mean like the parents.
Oh,
Not want to be on some random middle school live stream.
imagine, like, is this hunts them in the future? Well, you never know. The butterfly effect exists.
We should have like had a chat with the webcam.
Painting Squidward. I don't know what that says. It just says like an orange box.
Oh, it's probably a music thing. If you click on it, but don't click on it, because who knows what it is.
It's all over.
Send you to Homeland Security.
I know.
I've been holding this for almost 10 minutes. Trade hands. Oh. But I'm not good with my left hand. We have 13 people and 3 likes. Yes. Okay, this is hard to do again. Oh no, I lost it. Oh no. Okay. Did it. Yeetus Fleetus.
There's Miss Haggerty. You can live stream.
Haggerty.
Hey, you guys are the live stream.
We're trying to. I was gonna say Nathan did it all last year for me, so this year I'm like,
Yeah, that was great.
I've never live
Morning.
streamed.
How's everybody doing? Hi, good morning.
What a great
Thank
talk.
you guys for being here. Appreciate it. Well, our students are going to start walking in about 3 minutes. Our 8th graders will come in. They all have like specific sections to sit in. So for parents, if we could get you guys to maybe move down to just like the first 2, 3 rows, maybe 4, whatever you guys need.
Watch the Monstrobulus live on Saturdays. Should I not be reading this comments out loud? I'll hold the whole computer so I can hold the camera and tell me what I need to do. Great audio. Don't remove it. It's okay. It's okay. You don't need to remove it. Things that are like inappropriate, you can remove, or you should remove. So this is a very lit live stream. Turn on the. That's mean. Someone commented something that's very mean. I'm not gonna say because then people think I said it. Guys, stop commenting mean things. It's a very nice chat. Yeah, just don't comment. Easy. Oh well, I should do that too. So we just zoom in on this thing. Oh, thanks. I need a footrest.
Testing.
It works. Just keep it on there. So I don't see what it's happening. What? No, don't play too early, because then I can't see what I'm filming. So I don't know what I'm filming.
Yeah, and she needs to film, so you're gonna have to be fired from live streaming.
It'll just be me and my lonely self and I.
So any of these comments, just delete them. Just delete them. Because people are seeing them and record it too.
Oh yeah, someone said something very mean about
It's not legal for a coach.
Hate speech.
Good morning, update. Pardon the interruption. This announcement
Any of those that pop up, why don't you be in charge of comments, and then she'll be in charge of streaming.
we will not be bringing anyone to your classes for the awards and release, so please follow the release schedule that is in the email for this entire week. Again, no one will be coming to your classes to release, so please follow the release schedule sent via email. Thank you and have a great day.
So while we're still watching.
Oh, no, I'm not sitting here either. I'm just watching this part.
So we're not doing anything legal.
Oh, no. I'm going to be sitting up there. So I'll sit right there.
Miss Sharp, displaying an act of kindness.
Yeah, any of the comments that pop up, just delete them because this is showing to the 6th grader, so we don't want any anything that's bad.
Well, if someone says hello,
if they say like hello or like sounds good, then it's fine. But if they say something nasty, delete it.
you know what nasty is. You're smart.
Yeah, at least I wonder if there's a way to turn off those.
There is. Probably up like right here. Yeah, you can disable comments. Yeah, let's disable the comments because
I think okay.
there is a way, but we just don't know how. 'Cause we're not good at YouTube. See? All these new things.
I learned a long time ago.
I don't know what I'm.
Someone could have did that all the time.
I don't know if this is right. Oh, see? You should try not to. Ah, my hand hurts. Try one. I think live chat. No, because anyone can understand. The 8th graders are coming. These are all the 8th graders. Eighth graders come marching in.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know.
Like, edit goes.
You just don't comment.
Some of the parents might not want to be just film that.
Look, I'm sure playing some of the students walking in.
These are balloons from the.
There's a
I can't see them filming.
Joe.
Switch jobs.
no.
You didn't suffer.
This is hard when you're not. It's been 20 minutes.
No.
Please. Haley, please. My head really hurts.
It was my mistake. I was in the wrong application. So that's only in the Easter. People get it. I got tired of seeing all the streets. All the things
Shoemaker's Advisory.
what could not walk through the Dismissal off day would be all day would be too much. It really all gets bored. What about it? Off day.
Students against the law.
Definitely have it.
That's fine.
But no. Thank you. The band's coming in. Real quick, okay, please. Thank you. There we go. Continue.
You gotta find seating. Go up. Find seating. Follow the five.
Okay, continue.
You looking for a spot?
The 7th graders are coming.
You gotta find seating up. There's room up. Mateo's class all the way up in the third section. Third section. All the way up in the third section. Mateo's class all the way up. Third section. In the third section, Mateo.
Stop!
One spot right here, guys. Money making operation over here.
More children. Yeah. Thank you, whoever said that. I appreciate it. It's hard. Not really. For fun.
Hey. Yeah, so much stuff. Yeah, right. Wow.
Sorry. Sorry.
Last time.
What is that?
Good morning, Mustangs. Thank you. I just want to say thank you to all of our students and staff for your cooperation this morning. We have such an amazing crowd here this morning for our awards assembly. So a few more students sitting on the floor than we were anticipating, but that is A-okay. That just means more excitement here in the gym as we celebrate our students. And parents and guests who are here with us, just so you are aware, the student body that you see before us is just 7th and 8th grade. So if that gives you an idea of how large our school is, we are unfortunately too large of a school for everybody to be in the gym all at once. All right, well, good morning. Welcome to our awards assembly. We're so happy to have all of the parents, grandparents, extended family members joining us. I think this is actually, we were talking about it, the largest crowd we've had from parents in a long while. So I really appreciate you guys taking your time out of your schedules to be here to help us recognize our students. We're so excited to recognize you today, students, primarily our 8th graders. So 7th graders, you'll have an idea of what's to come ahead for you next year. Got lots of awards to give out today. So without further ado, we're going to begin our ceremony. And the way we're going to begin our ceremony is with the playing of our national anthem. So if everyone would please rise for the national anthem. Please rise for the national anthem performed by the Canyon Vista Honors Band under the direction of Bridget Parsons and Laura Stain. Thank you to our honors band. You sounded amazing as always. Thank you for helping us kickstart our assembly this morning. So students and parents, the format of the assembly is as I mentioned, we have lots of awards to get through today. And so our staff who are presenting the awards will just come up one after another to start presenting the awards. So at this time, I would like to ask Mr. Ferris to make his way forward for our Circle of Friends Key Volunteers Awards.
Good morning. So every year we have a program called Partners in PE, and these students volunteer to have one of their class periods designated to help our FAC students, students with different needs than the rest of our students here on campus. So I want to take a moment to acknowledge the students this year that were a part of that program. That gave plenty of time during the school day and sometimes even after the school day to be great friends and assistants to these students and make them feel like a part of the Canyon Vista family. So when I call your name, please come up here. I'll hand you this award. If it's too weird and you have so far to go, I'm going to call the next person and we'll sort it out when you get up here. Nicolette Broadhead. Woo! Miriam Daniel. Ruby Gross. Wednesday College. Kamala O'Hara. Zojane Ostabo. Ava Passini. Laura Pasternak. Claire Pettiford. Jaden Steen. Jessica Vandenberg. And last, Ava Vines. Thank you, partners, and thank you, everyone, for being here this morning.
Thank you, Mr. Ferris. Your beard looks majestic, sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to take this opportunity for myself to let you guys know as a group, you guys are fantastic. And parents, I want to take this opportunity to tell you, you guys have done an amazing job. It's been an absolute pleasure not only teaching these students in the art room, but also getting to coach them in both basketball and on the soccer field. It's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much. All right, so our particular segment is for the visual art department. Now, it's very hard to select only a few students because there are so many. So what we do is we kind of leave it open to the student, and we leave it up to them, and we can just kind of sit back and watch, in the sense that we're looking for the students that really go above and beyond, not just competing and displaying art around the room. We're talking about competing and displaying your art in other areas, participating in things like the 5x5 competition, junior base, recognizing our board members, Doodle from Google, Turn Around, Don't Drown, and of course, last but not least, our district art show. So a lot of these students that we're going to call up right now, we've had for 3 years, and they've shown this quality of discipline and motivation and going above and beyond without having us to tell them to do it. So let's get through this. Here we go. Up first, she looks like Detective Linden from The Killing. I don't know if anybody's watched that show on Netflix, but up first, she's an absolute fantastic artist, and her skill level is just at improved dramatically. Up first is Alexa Borden. It took me a while to get to a position where I felt that my art was actually worth selling. And this student is already making cheddar, already making that money. Nicolette Broadhead. Up next, she's got an absolute magnificent jump shot, and she's like an expert when it comes to making little miniature sculptures. Kendall Farquharson. This student, we tell her apart from her sister because she wears a camouflage lanyard, but they both bring the heat. They both bring positivity every day. Up first, we got Grace Hewitt. And of course, her twin sister, always bringing positivity to the room, extremely happy. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen her in a bad mood. It's kind of amazing. Oh my, yes, very good. Congratulations. Hallie Hewitt, come on up. Every year we get that one student as well who kind of keeps her on her toes as a teacher. He just kind of blasts through the projects and does it in an excellent fashion. Up first is Wednesday Kalachi. Next, she also keeps you on your toes and is extremely, extremely intelligent on a very mature level. And it's been an absolute pleasure having her in my class this year. And she did very well and got a scholarship, or not a scholarship, but a gift card to Jerry's, participating in a 5x5 competition. Claire Lawrence, come on up. And last but not least, this is very funny, her sister got best of show in our late district art show that takes place at the end of the year, and so did she. Nikki Shu, come on up. All of these students are absolutely fantastic art students, and it's been an absolute pleasure having all of you in the room. And of course, there are a lot of you out here that are also excellent. And with that said, we usually try to come up with a little cool slogan for the group of individuals that we select. This particular year, we have called this group the Elite Eight. Thank you so much for allowing me to speak. And now I'd like to pass the mic to you, the mighty Mr. Watley.
Good morning. Good morning, I'm Mr. Watley, the orchestra director here at Canyon Vista. I'll be presenting 2 awards today, the Canyon Vista Orchestra Directors Award and the Jerome Brillhart Award for Musical Excellence. These awards are presented each year to the student who, in the director's opinion, has contributed the most to the success of the Canyon Vista orchestras. The criteria used in selection are attitude, ability, willingness to go the extra mile, stability, cooperation, love of music, and honors earned while in the Canyon Vista orchestras. This year, we had such a high level of talent and such an impressive amount of musical leadership in the orchestras that I couldn't choose just one student to receive the Jerome Brillhart Award for Musical Excellence. This year's award goes to two students who, in my opinion, have consistently served as musical leaders to their peers and have also achieved unbelievable levels of musical maturity and performance for middle school students. These students will be greatly missed next year, but I know that both of them will serve as strong leaders in the symphony orchestra at Westwood, even as freshmen. They are Suhas Patil and Noah Campbell. For the Director's Award, I have chosen a student who is not only an outstanding musician and leader, but also epitomizes what it means to be a team player. Her positive attitude, determination, work ethic, and willingness to say yes when asked to make sacrifices for the good of the group were instrumental in paving the way for our orchestra's success this year. Her presence in the orchestra will be greatly missed, but we wish her all the best in the Symphony Orchestra at Westwood next year. Sophia Louie. Thank you, everyone, for all of your attention and every orchestra student for your contributions this year.
Good morning. My name is Bridget Parsons, and I'm the head band director at Canyon Vista. Along with myself and Miss Laura Stain, we have just had a pleasure teaching our 8th graders for the last 3 years. They were the first class of 8th graders that I got to start as head director here at Canyon Vista. They're a very special group to me because they were new when I was new. And so I just want to say all of our band 8th graders, if you are seated before me or in the ensemble, would you please stand up so we could recognize all of our 8th grade band students? Please stand. Thank you, students. You may be seated. I know they're going to contribute wonderfully to Westwood Band and to Westwood High School and to the world. Band kids are the best kids, in my opinion. You're welcome. We gave out a lot. We gave out a lot of awards at our spring concert. And so we saved one, the Michael LaCour Award for Overall Excellence in Music. Michael LaCour was a longtime band director at Canyon Vista. And we have an award named in his honor. This award goes to the student who consistently shows the most musical excellence from 6th grade through 8th grade. And this year it goes to one of our flute players who was in an intermediate and advanced band since the time she entered middle school. So she has been excellent all 3 years with her musicianship and leadership and positive attitude. This year, our award goes to Katie Park. Thank you very much. And now I'd like to welcome our choir directors, Mr. and Mrs. Vara.
Good morning. Mrs. Vara is not able to be here right now. She's at her other job at another unnamed school. But her heart is with us, and she was really sad to miss. She'll probably sneak in at the end. So anyway, she wanted to also share her congratulations with the group. Thank you to all the choir members for a great year, and specifically thank you to our 8th graders who gave us a wonderful wonderful leadership at UIL, and particularly at our spring show when I really personally needed them to step up, and they did, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you, 8th graders, for your leadership and for a wonderful year. We do recognize a few students. We recognize an 8th grade student from every class that has shown exceptional leadership and outstanding qualities. So I'm going to start with Mrs. Vara's choir. She first wanted to recognize in her 7th period treble choir a student who she described as loyal, a very hard worker, someone who is an encourager to everyone around her. She says she's a go-getter, and above all, she is the model choir student. We'd like to recognize Nedruva Deb. Most Next, Mrs. Vara wanted to recognize, oh, yes, I gave you that. She wanted to recognize one of her 8th graders in 8th period class. She describes this student as positive, someone who works hard, does everything that's asked of her, is the ultimate team player, and above all, loves music. Mrs. Vara is happy to recognize Jennifer Doris as the most outstanding 8th period class.
It's okay. It's okay.
A little excited.
So next, I'd like to recognize some students in my classes. I have 3 classes that have 8th graders in them. First, I wanted to recognize our most outstanding tenor bass choir member from our 3rd period class. This young man has a great attitude. He always has a smile on his face, and he participates to the fullest. He has made the most of this year. So I'm happy to recognize our most outstanding tenor bass choir member, Pramod Venkova. Next, I'd like to recognize in our 4th period boys choir class, which are our varsity boys class. A lot of these boys have been with us for quite a few years, and they make it a real joy to have class every day. It's so difficult to recognize only one, but I am going to recognize a young man who I believe leads in his versatility, his willingness to work really hard, and he keeps a very busy schedule, and yet he comes through for everyone in every area. He is very multi-talented and absolutely reliable. The very, very talented Anderson Zoll. In our 1st period class, we have our varsity treble choir. Varsity treble choir full of girls who have, most of whom have been in choir for 3 years if they're an 8th grader, and they contribute so much daily to everything that we do. I do want to recognize one young lady who I believe leads by example, sometimes quietly, but always by example. Someone who participates fully in all events. She does region choir and solo ensemble, and she does the musical, and she did spring show. Someone who is a vocal leader in her section and lifts those around her. I'm happy to recognize Neha Paredes. Finally, every year we recognize a student who stands out for their musical ability, our most outstanding musician. This student is exceptionally gifted. When they perform, the audience immediately recognizes that they are witnessing something truly wonderful. In class, the student contributes to the overall sound of the group in a way where, even as talented as they just are a part of the group, and they lift the other people around them up, and they're able to just disappear in the choir and yet maintain that awesome, awesome sound. This student shares their talent freely, which is something that I encourage all of you to do. If you have a gift, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others. And we are so grateful that Gabe Paredes has shared his talent with us. Thank you to all our choir students. Thank you to these wonderful students. Next, we'd like to invite the art department up. Oh no, I'm sorry, the theater department up. The theater.
Good morning. Well, and you. All right, we're the theater department. It's been a wonderful first year for me here at Canyon Vista Middle School. How excited I am here to be speaking to you today to hand out these wonderful awards to these wonderful children. We're going to start with our Tech Award, and I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Crane to talk about the recipient of the Tech Award.
All right. Hey, guys. So our tech student. This student has really shown up this year. They are so dedicated. They're curious. They want to know all about tech theater. They're a natural leader. Anytime that we need a student step up, they're already there doing it. They're always asking for how they can help, and they have received national recognition for set design. This student is
Luke Brown. Our next award is going to Best Actor.
So this student came to us a little bit late, but that's okay because they have been such a role model for the students in our program. Every show that they're in, they just have this professional approach to it. They have had a crazy schedule the last couple of months. I don't know how, anytime I'm like, oh, it's been a tough day, I think, oh, this student is over at Zach performing an 11-hour rehearsal. They're incredibly positive, and I'm so happy that they've been on in our program this year. So this goes to
Anderson Zoll.
And our Best Actress. For anyone that's been in a show with this young lady, it's not a surprise that she's getting this award. She's the student that came to the first rehearsal with her lines completely memorized for a 40-minute show in which she had about 30 minutes of lines. She is so self-motivated. She analyzes every character. She brings ideas to the table. She is just an amazing, outstanding light in our program. That student is
Emma Portnoy.
Okay, we kind of had to create a new award this year. Our thespian spirit kind of encapsulates the student who has come to each show offering something different. We actually had to create a new department within our program for this award because publicity had never really been a thing before he came to. He is so dedicated to everything he does. He's a superstar. So the Thespian Spirit Award goes to
Gabe Perez.
Okay, and finally, we have an award called the All-Star Award. And this award goes to someone in our program who just has the it factor. Teachers and students are often coming up to me saying, oh my gosh, this person in the show, they were so outstanding, they were so amazing. They can carry so much on stage. I also remember, little story time, her first audition was for a show in 6th grade that we almost didn't allow 6th graders to audition for, Romeo and Juliet. And I had to call home
and say, hey, we are thinking of casting your daughter in Juliet. How do you feel about that with an 8th grade Romeo? And so she just from 6th grade, from the beginning of the year in 6th grade, had the it factor. So Charlotte Blackman, get down here. Everyone give it up for our theater award.
Next up, we have our journalism department with Missy Sharp.
Okay. Hello. My name is Missy Sharp, and I'm the journalism teacher here at Canyon Vista. The first award I want to give out is for yearbook. I've had the pleasure of teaching each one of these students for the past 3 years. Through their work ethic and eye for design, I've been able to depend on them for deadline after deadline, and even helped when they have helped when others may not have done their part. I appreciate them both for being wholeheartedly supportive of the yearbook program, and I want to sincerely appreciate their efforts in making the yearbooks for the past 2 years memorable and award-winning. Congrats to Lauren Hall and Angela Wren. My next 2 awards are for news media. The first one, or news media, as you may know it, as Canyon Echoes. The first award is for, as he calls it, my assistant, and he's been very helpful throughout the entire year. From designing a new logo, to redesigning the website, to creating featured images for all of the students, to making newsletters each week, he's helped me tremendously. He single-handedly wanted to put together a beautiful newspaper, which you guys will see later this week. Thank you so much to Gabe Paredes. Both job well done. My final award is to a young man who's also on Canyon Echoes, who I've been lucky enough to have for 3 years. He is hysterical, witty, and award-winning, in fact. Against all high school students at our convention in Chicago, he placed with the highest marks with his review writing. With our UIL, he has consistently placed with gold medals the past 2 years for entertainment reviews. I can't wait to see his byline or film credits or whatever he plans to do in the future, because he's extremely talented. He's going to create some amazing things. Please join me in congratulating Oliver Barnfield.
You forgot the HUD part.
All right, up next is Coach White for cheer.
We also have Coach Hanson, who assists in cheer coaching. So, okay, it is my pleasure to honor 3 young ladies this morning who have been strong assets to our cheer team. These 3 ladies have stayed strong on our cheer team for the last 2 years. They helped build our new team and taught expectations, drills, stunts, and dances. And they've stayed when their peers have gone on to other activities. They stayed when the team morale was a little low, and they stayed and encouraged their cheermates to continue on and finish strong. And I appreciate you so much for your dedication. The first award I want to give goes to Chloe Tate. Chloe, you have been that steady Columbia.
Well, you've been that steady Eddie girl. You might be running a bit late in the mornings, but you are always there. You did what was asked. You taught the new girls. You moved around when asked. Improved your skills like crazy, and have just been a solid Mustang cheerleader. And we award you with the Tenacious Mustang Award. Thank you for the last 2 years. The next award I want to give, this person has been the kind encourager of our team. On Sunday nights on the cheer chat, there would always be a message for the cheerleaders. Ladies, we practice in the morning, can't wait to see y'all. Or 6:30 morning practice message. Good morning, y'all, see you soon. Or Fusion tomorrow, I can't wait, we will do amazing. Thank you for being an amazing cheerleader, a lead encourager, and a fantastic person. And you are going to represent us at Westwood as a JV cheerleader very well next year. Campbell Goss. Okay, the next person, you've also been a strong leader personality with a beautiful sunshine smile. Thank you for coming to practice ready to lead with the workouts, the cheers, having a schedule, and like Campbell, you encouraged the team when it was tough. Coach Hansen and I appreciated how both you and Campbell worked together so wonderfully. Y'all were a true captain partnership. Catherine, you will represent us well as Westwood JV cheerleader, and we want to recognize you as an outstanding captain as well. Catherine Smith.
Hi, neighbor.
Thank you, girls, for a great year, and we're going to miss you next year. And now I'll turn it over to Coach Scott for dance.
Good morning. My name is Paula Scott, dance teacher at Canyon Vista. The young lady that I have chosen for leadership is one that gives 100% in class no matter what. She's always very kind and patient with her classmates. I have really enjoyed getting to know and teach her these last 2 years, and I have chosen Catherine Schiff for this award. And my next award, I give every year for the most improved. This young lady has been in dance for 2 years now. She is always one to ask questions and try her hardest. I have seen her grow tremendously, and I am very proud to present the most improved award to Chloe Nixon. Thank you, ladies. Up next are the coaches.
Good morning, Mustangs. Come move around. I know y'all been sitting for a while. We're doing good. Jackie Govea.
Coach Erica Seals.
Good morning. Here at Canyon Vista, we offer 5 UIL sports for the young ladies. These sports are cross country, volleyball, basketball, track, and soccer. It is very, very rare that a student athlete competes in all 5 of these sports. We had 3 young ladies this year accomplish this great feat, and we would like to recognize their commitment, their dedication, and their hard work. Please help me applaud Miss Mia Bebo, Miss Abby Burgett, and Miss Kate Webster. Our next award is the Athletic Leadership Award. The Athletic Leadership Award signifies the individuals who always have a positive attitude, are encouraging toward teammates, and display sportsmanship at all times. These athletes are exceptional role models, not only during athletic competition, but in the classroom and in the community as well. This year, I am proud to present the Athletic Leadership Award to Tate Webster, we couldn't decide on just one, so we picked another female as well. Miss Olivia Yang. And on the young men's side, Mr. Jack Diebel.
Okay, next up, hey, by the way, before I start this, the sacrifice that these kids put into well, actually, it's fun to see what everybody does in the best of all their electives or whatever they're getting awards for. It's fun to see the excellence level, it's just fun to see it at this age. Okay, so the Mustang Athlete of the Year Award is presented to the athletes who have proven to be the ultimate competitors on the field, on the court, and on the track. The individuals receiving this award have shown the sacrifice, the determination it takes to be great in their sports. They have displayed the will to win in numerous athletic contests and are always striving to be the best. I am proud to present the Female Athlete of the Year Award to Skylar Zinneker. Long way, okay. All right, so we have two young men that are going to get this next award. So I'm just as proud to present the Male Athlete Award to Chase Griffin and Grant Yeager. Let's see who gets here first. All right, if you got cameras, take a picture of all these kids. Hey, one round of applause, and did you want to finish saying something?
The Leadership Award and the athletes, their name will forever be in our hallway so that when they come back with their Olympic medals, their college scholarships, they're going to be like, it all started here at Canyon Vista. Yeah, congratulations, guys.
Hey, Trey, you're up.
Hello again. This year, Mr. Garza and I took a group of students to a No Place for Hate conference, and these students were able to put in the work and bring back the No Place for Hate banner for our school yet again. These students are Nate Thompson, Christina Padilla, Anderson Zoll, Carly Keenan, Emma Portnoy. Adi Raja. Kate Kelly. And Leo Wang. All right, one last round of applause. And up next is math count.
Math counts, what? You mean there are people getting up early in the morning and they're coming to school and they're doing math? For fun! Yeah, they are. No, that's not joking. I'll see you there next year, right? You're going to be my #1 guy? Yeah. But thank you, parents, for being so supportive over the years, and thank you for making this job so much easier, because it's all of you who support us. You make this part possible, and that's awesome, because whenever you have a base of parents that are so supportive of education, and especially of math, wow, who recognizes the math leap very often? Hardly anyone. So if you're in math class, can you please stand up? Y'all are awesome. Okay, so I was so blessed to be part of the Math Counts program this year, and as I have for the last few years. But it's kind of funny because people go, "What? Well, skill? Isn't that the lady who does history?" Yes. Is that the lady who does French? Yes. Is that the lady who does math counts? Yes. So all of the above. So thanks, parents, and Sophia Zhang, come on down. Thank you for all your hard work this year. You're amazing.
It's so hard to film people. It's been an hour and 25 minutes. I'm so tired.
All right. And then also Mr. Ethan Liu. And none of those awards would be possible without all of the support from the Westwood students. And I think I cannot thank the Westwood students enough, especially the Westwood MAL and all that they do, because they have these students that come in and volunteer their time to teach our students. And they give so much of themselves, and I just really appreciate them. And next up is, let's see, I have to look at my schedule. Somebody help me, save me. Team Awards, all right!
Okay. I'm Angela Castro. I'm one of the 8th grade team leaders. This year, your core teachers, your math, your science, your history, your social studies teachers got together and wanted to give awards to those students who knocked it out of the park all year long. So the Gold Medalist Award is presented to students for going above and beyond in every class, every year, all year. For my team, I am presenting a few awards. This young lady is kind, generous, hardworking, and sensitive. She cares about others and can be relied upon to act with integrity and honor. The first gold medalist award, award goes to Wednesday College. This young man has worked very hard in every class all year. He does outstanding work and is a good friend to his classmates. He's mature beyond his years and is a genuinely kind person. Hudson Miller. This young lady is a great example for all students. She's always focused on her academics, but at the same time, she's always very kind to her fellow students. She has outstanding creativity, and that won her first place at the district art show this year. All of her teachers are proud of what she's accomplished and look forward to what she will accomplish in the future. Kira Burkhoff.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Alana Shafi, and it's my honor to introduce the following students on behalf of my team, Ms. Podger, Ms. Phillips, Mr. Smith, and Mr. Backward. The following nominee has shown above and beyond, has done a lot, participated everywhere, in band, in basketball, and she has been an example of a well-rounded Brownberg ISD graduate. But she also is compassionate to her peers, academically driven, and exhibits exceptional leadership and integrity in and out of the classroom. And the award goes to Madison Hurd. The next nominee, he is a driven and conscientious student, a natural leader, and a model of Canyon Vista's core values. And the award goes to Mr. Wesley Young. And our next nominee, he was new to the country this year, but you'd never know it. He has done an excellent job academically and socially this year. He is a fun, caring, smart young man. And the award goes to Mr. Guillermo Santalola.
Hello, I'm Angela Buenteo, teaching us history. All right, the first award from my team is for a young lady who came to our school mid-year, but you would never be able to tell because she worked so hard to catch up and be part of the class. She is such a great leader in the class, and she has been such a wonderful student to teach, even if it was for part of the year. So our first award for my team is for Meg Och. All right, the second award for my team is for a young man. He was a very quiet student, but he's such a hard worker. He's always polite and can be counted on to lead a group if needed. This young man communicates well with his peers and his teachers. Any teacher would be proud to have him in class. The second award goes to Devin Russin. All right, the next young man flies beneath the radar, but is liked by everyone. He loves football, has a great attitude in class, and brings out the best in others. The third award goes to Michael Ludi. All right, the last one is for a student I don't have, but he is cross team, but I still want to introduce him. He is an enthusiastic role model, displays the Canyon Vista core values. He is intelligent, mature, and kind, liked and respected by his peers and teachers. This young man is organized and responsible, a natural leader. He's always smiling, very polite, hardworking, great sense of humor, a joy to have in the classroom. The last student is Zubin Chabra. All right, congrats to all these wonderful kids. You totally deserve it.
Thank you so much to all of our staff who have given some amazing awards tonight, and congratulations again to all of our students who have received awards. All right, you guys are doing a great job. I appreciate it. Hang in there. We've got a little bit more to go.
My wrist is hurting.
Thank you. Each year we have the ability to recognize a Volunteer of the Year. Our Volunteer of the Year has done so much for Canyon Vista over the years that she's had 2 children come through Canyon Vista. She's been very active in the ESL department. She serves as part of the committee that meets for each individual ESL student that we have on our campus, and we have 105 active ESL students on our campus. There are at least 3 meetings every year that she attends as the parent representative for each of those 105 students, and oftentimes there's many more that are called meetings, and she can come up with really just a few days' notice, so we really appreciate that. She really does serve as a parent representative to help all of our students who are coming in new to the country, who are either beginning their journey of learning English or continuing their journey of learning English. At Canyon Vista, you can imagine, again, with 105 students, how many hours of time that is that she has given to our campus. So please join me in thanking and congratulating our Volunteer of the Year, Ms. Nelsie Amar. For the past year, it's been my privilege to work with a fabulous PTA president. The PTA president and the principal worked very closely together. Lots of texts, emails, phone calls, and meetings to plan all of the events that happen at Canyon Vista. It's truly been a pleasure to work with our PTA president. I'm so thankful everything she does and the entire PTA does to make everything possible at our campus. Under her leadership, she's brought new programs to Canyon Vista, ensured that we have volunteers at all of the many events that we have here at Canyon Vista. She's been fiscally responsible with the PTA monies, which includes donating a large sum back to the campus each year, followed Robert's rules in all the PTA meetings, and has increased our membership. And I'm sure there's a whole lot more that I'm not even aware of she does behind the scenes. She's guided our PTA in a very positive direction. Thank you to Mrs. Gigi Winkleman. All right, our teacher of the year. Our teacher of the year. Always has a positive attitude, calm nature, high expectations for her students. She always makes time for her students. Even on Friday afternoons when this building is pretty clear, she's got a room full of kids and oftentimes there's pizza involved. Not only does she go above and beyond for her students, but also her colleagues as well. We as the adults in the building can always count on her for an encouraging word. So I'll give you a direct quote from one of the other teachers on our campus. Miss Young is the real deal. The real deal. I don't get to work with her, but I get to hear about everything she does through the children's voices. Even years later, as 8th graders, the students look back at their time with Miss Young with such tenderness. She's consistent and always looking to highlight strengths within her students. We are on opposite sides of the building, and she still inspires me to be a better teacher. Current 6th grade math teacher, but for those of you in 8th grade, you remember her as a 6th grade math teacher. Help me congratulate Miss Young. All right, our paraprofessional of the year. Most of you may not even know her or recognize her. So I'm going to go ahead and have her come forward so that way you can see her face as I tell you all the wonderful things she does for our campus. Most of what Ms. Guzman does is behind the scenes. As the campus administrative associate, she basically runs the school. I think anybody who's ever worked at a school knows there's two people who really run the school. Not me. It's your campus secretary, Ms. Guzman, and our custodian, Ms. Norma Nino. But Ms. Guzman basically runs the school. She handles the entire budget for our campus, all of the activity funds, all of the grants we receive, money, money, money. She's handling all of it. She does all the purchasing, ordering, receiving, reconciling. Students, if you're wearing a t-shirt, I see lots of you wearing Canyon Vista t-shirts, she ordered it. In fact, she even ordered and paid for the award that she's about to receive. With a campus of 1,420 students and 120 staff, this is no small feat. We run a lot of money through this campus. I think parents, you realize that. She's hardworking, patient, kind, understanding, accommodating to everyone's needs. She's always looking to improve processes. She's incredibly detail-oriented, works very well with all of our staff, makes everybody feel important, including me. She and I work very closely together. She wears so many hats and wears them all so well. An invaluable asset to our campus, our paraprofessional of the year, Miss Lola Guzman. All right. Now for one of my favorite parts of the ceremony. We've come to almost the end, but we've come to the place where we're actually going to recognize 4 8th grade students, 2 for the Mustang Spirit Award and 2 for the Mustang Award. So I'll share with you how we have come to select our Mustang Award and Mustang Spirit Award winners. This is all by nomination. So students, I want to tell you that there are so many of you here in the room who were nominated for this award. Staff is able to nominate students that they feel embody our Canyon Vista core values of kindness, respect, responsibility. Just go above and beyond day in, day out in the classroom and in extracurricular activities and really inspire all of your peers and then all of us as the adults on the campus. So I will start with our Mustang Spirit Awards. This student has an extremely high standard for herself in everything she does. She works extremely hard and has a dedication to personal excellence. She's a great teammate, has a positive attitude. She's truly talented and genuinely kind. She's a leader among her peers. Her service to our school has not gone unnoticed and will not be forgotten, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for her. I'll give you one specific example. She's always been respected by her peers and band for her talent and work ethic. In 7th grade, she was given a challenge that most 7th graders do not take. Most students start with one instrument in 6th grade, and that's the instrument they continue with. But she was challenged with changing instruments at 7th grade, so almost like starting over as a beginning band student all over again. But not only did she take that challenge, but she rose to the challenge, came in early every single morning before school to practice. She's now one of the most outstanding musicians in the band, and the band directors say they've never seen a more hardworking student who comes to school each day with a positive attitude. That one story I heard over and over again from other teachers on this campus. So our Mustang Spirit Award winner, Miss Leah Wayne. Spirit Award winner. This student is a hard worker, great teammate. He's incredibly sweet, kind, caring, intelligent, and compassionate. He's a leader among his peers. He's the kind of person who accepts everyone for who they are and a pure joy to be around. He makes everyone around him better because of his great personality and kindness towards his classmates. And I'll give you a couple of specific examples that came forward from the teachers in nominations. This student suffered a major injury in a car accident earlier this school year. Even with all that went on, he never stopped being positive. This year, he taught us as the adults on campus a lesson on how to deal with adversity, and we are all better for knowing him. Come on down, Brennan Dill. I'm not finished talking about Brennan. And I can attest that when we went to visit Brennan in the hospital, he was, the positivity just exuded from him. He is such a polite young man, always says yes ma'am, no ma'am when he answers questions. He was still doing that, and he kept apologizing to us for falling asleep while we were there visiting. So he is a true gentleman, one of the most caring, respectful, mature, honorable, and kind students we have, incredibly talented. One of his greatest strengths is his integrity, and he will always stand up for others. And here's another specific example from a teacher. She said, this is not to be shared at the awards assembly, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. So some of you may have noticed that Miss Crane keeps bringing her son to work with her every day. Right there. He'll be born this summer. But Miss Crane, just like Miss Crane, she keeps forging ahead, and she's trying to do all of it on her own, even with baby. So she was found after school lifting the lighting board all by herself. And the students that were there actually said to her, because this is how well everybody knows Brennan, Miss Crane, what would Brennan say? he goes out of his way to make sure that he helps her with carrying things back and forth to stage. And if he ever sees her lifting anything, he always says, "No, Miss Crane, you've got to put that down." That's just one example, again, that I heard over and over from teachers across this building about Brennan. Congratulations to Leah and Brennan, our Mustang Award. All right, on to our Mustang Award winners. She's a hard worker, kind-hearted, a creative artist. She leads by example and chooses kind. She has a great attitude and always has a great big smile. A couple of very specific things that I've heard about her. So this year, NJHS had a Powder Puff game, and the Powder Puff game benefited Alex's lemonade stand. So what better to have at the Powder Puff game than actual lemonade to benefit Alex's lemonade stand? This student, as an officer in NJHS, single-handedly made the lemonade from scratch for the entire Powder Puff event. She is a caring, thoughtful young lady who's always looking for ways to lift up her classmates and teachers. She never leaves anyone behind and is a patient mentor and friend to those around her. And you've already seen she's been recognized for working with our students with varying needs. She anticipates the needs of others and is creative in thinking outside the box to move beyond any obstacles she or her classmates may face. She's a quiet leader. She makes sure all voices are heard and helps drive the problem-solving process, giving each person's input the value and weight of as much of her own, but really more than her own. She's intrinsically motivated to improve herself and just be better and do better. She celebrates personal victories quietly and others loudly. She's committed 2 years to Partners in PE. She's an inspiration and light to her classmates, and the world is a better place with her in it. Claire Pettigrew, come on down. All right, our last Mustang Award. This student, he is always respectful, works very hard in class, is a natural born leader. He's trustworthy, supportive of his classmates and teammates. He takes risks and leads by example. He is the definition of a role model to his peers. He's easy to get along with and gives 100% of the time. He's well balanced within academics, extracurricular activities, organizations. We can't wait to see what the future holds for such an amazing student who is most deserving of this distinct honor. One specific thing that was shared is by a teacher who said, "I was thrilled with his performance in the choir spring show. He brought tears to my eyes." So I will say, if he brought tears to your eyes, he brought a smile to my face because I got a guitar pick out of it. Luke Hagan. All right, let's give another great big round of applause. Mustang Award winners, Mustang Spirit Award winners. Well done, guys. Okay, I'm now going to ask Mrs. Boyd, our 8th grade assistant principal, to come up and say a few words to her 8th graders.
It's a little more than a few, but I'll try to make it fast. Good morning, I'm Andrea Boyd. I'm the proud assistant principal of these fine 8th graders in the room. 168 days ago, we were beginning our first day of school together. I arrived to Canyon Vista not long before you all returned from summer break, and I was so excited for the year ahead. Mrs. Haggerty and Mrs. Riley told me how much I would love working with you this year. I heard about how creative you are and about the amazing artwork I would soon see in our halls. They shared that I could expect to see you laughing with your friends in the cafeteria and making sure that no one was left sitting alone. They told me how dedicated you are to your academics and how bright our Canyon Vista students are throughout all 3 grade levels. But they forgot to tell me one important thing. They forgot to tell me how fast this year would go by and how sad I would be to see you go. Over the past year, I've had the pleasure of watching you form friendships with students new to our school. I have watched you lift others up when they were feeling down. You have shown yourselves to be thoughtful students who work together to create an amazing going away present for Mr. Garza and who shared in Mrs. Crane's joy when she announced that she's pregnant. You have displayed your hearts for others when a student suffered a serious injury or a personal loss. My relationship with each of you is a bit different. Some of you have spent time in my office working through adversity, while others will remember me as the person gently encouraging you to get to your classes on time. With a bullhorn. But as you become high school freshmen in just a few short days, I hope the same things for each of you. I hope that you continue to be the kind, thoughtful, and genuine people I've grown to know and love. I hope you always seek out the student who is alone, and that if you are alone, someone seeks you out too. I hope you remember that your learning is more important than your grades. I also hope you remember that your mistakes don't define you, and that you'll always have someone rooting for you as you grow into the successful adult I know you'll each become. And finally, I hope you come back to visit and tell me the amazing things that you accomplished. Your parents and teachers have worked tirelessly to help you get to this point. In the coming days, find time to thank someone who has made a positive impact on your life. Canyon Vista class of 2019 and high school seniors of 2023, I've been blessed to work with you for the last year. Know that Canyon Vista will always be a place you can call home, for home is where there is always someone to love and support you. Best of luck.
Eighth graders, I would ask that you take a moment just to recognize and appreciate your 8th grade counselor, Mrs. Riley, who's been with you for all 3 years, and Mrs. Boyd, your assistant principal, who has joined us this year. All right. We really have made it almost to the end, guys. I really appreciate your patience and cooperation, and you guys have done a great job of sitting here and helping us to recognize your peers. Just a bit more. So, as many of you know, this year marks the 35th anniversary for Canyon Vista Middle School. We opened our doors in 1984, and I could not be prouder to be part of the history of Canyon Vista. I've been here for 14 years, 6 as principal and 8 as an assistant principal before that. So I have many, many memories of former students, just funny things that have happened in different parts of the building, interesting things I've found that I'm pretty sure have been in the building since 1984, and just lots of fun events and traditions over the school years. It's always fun when I get to meet former students, and I feel like I run into former students of Canyon Vista everywhere. I could go on vacation and be halfway around the world, and I'll run into somebody that went to Canyon Vista. And it's also always so funny to hear from them, or interesting to hear from them, their stories of Canyon Vista and how they describe their memories of this school that literally sits on a canyon that has endless hallways, endless staircases, and endless levels. I hope that you'll be able to share similar stories of Canyon Vista when you look back on your memories here. Because I can tell you that you are part of the history of Canyon Vista, especially our 8th graders who've been here for 3 years. You're part of that 35-year rich history of Canyon Vista, and I want you to be proud of that. Tomorrow, we're asking everybody to have a little bit of fun. So we open our doors in 1984. Come dressed like the 80s tomorrow. I think that will be so much fun. So come to school tomorrow dressed in your best 1984 gear. We'll see who can bring it. I asked my mother-in-law if she had any clothes from the 80s, because she brought me a dress that I'll wear tomorrow. I'm not really sure if it's from 1980 or 1880, but I'll be sporting it tomorrow. We can see. All right. I'm often asked, what do I love most about Canyon Vista? And again, with the years that I've been here and so many memories, what I can tell you is more than anything, any one event or any one tradition or any part of the building or any any memory from over the years, the thing that I love the most is the people. That's the students, our faculty and staff, and our parent and community support. I always tell people that as a campus principal, and I hope every principal across the nation can say this about the people who make up their campus, but I can tell you that I wholeheartedly mean this to every single one of you. I am so blessed to be the principal of the campus with the best student body ever, the best faculty and staff ever, and the best parent and community and support ever. So I thank you again for being part of Canyon Vista's 35th anniversary and the history. I feel that I will forever be part of Canyon Vista, and Canyon Vista will forever be a part of me, just as it will for you. So although I don't necessarily have favorite events that will stick out as far as what I love the most about Canyon Vista, because again, that's always going to be the people, this is, of course, one of my favorite events of the year. It's always so rewarding to recognize your hard work and your dedication to excellence and all the time that you guys have put in to what you do here at Canyon Vista. However, as this ceremony comes to a close, I always sit here and do wish that we could have recognized each and every single one of you. I want all of you to know that you are individually valued, respected, cared for, and are a part of Canyon Vista and appreciated and loved for what you bring to our campus. Each of you make this the wonderful campus that it is, all of you. And by all, I don't just mean the collective all, which I love having the collective all together. It's like a proud mama moment. But I really mean all of you, as in each and every single one of you. I want you all to know that Canyon Vista is what it is and the amazing campus that it is because of each and every single one of you. We would not be the same if one of you were not among us. Later this week, the senior class of 2019 will walk our halls. In just 4 short years, you will also return to walk the halls and reminisce upon what I hope you can say are fond and positive and fun memories and good times you had at Canyon Vista. I can't wait to hear about all of your successes over the next 4 years. I want you to know that you'll always have a friend, a mentor, a cheerleader, whatever you need as far as support from Canyon Vista, from all of us here at the Canyon. Being around young people every day certainly keeps my faith that we're in excellent hands. The future holds amazing things in store for each of you. As you go to Westwood, wherever life takes you, may you please take the values of responsibility, respect, hold your head high, keep a positive attitude, and make conscious decisions to choose to be kind to others. Thank you to our 8th graders for being a part of Canyon Vista. And that really is the end of our ceremony. So here's how we're going to dismiss. First, we're going to allow any parents who would like to leave at this time to leave at this time. If you want to stay for pictures, you're welcome to do so. Actually, I apologize. I am so sorry. My pages got all mixed up here. We have one more piece of our ceremony that I do not want to forget because it's very special. It'll be okay.
So close.
Adi Raja, your student council president, come on down.
We're so close.
I'm going to give it up for Adi.
Hello, class of 2023, and currently Canyon Vista's 8th graders. I'm Adi Raja, student council president. We gather here to celebrate the challenges we have faced and overcome at this school, all the while a certain bunch of us being awarded for these triumphs. We as a grade endured many physical and mental challenges, multiple fake fire alarms, the slime and fidget spinner epidemic, and the outbreak of AirPods plagued us all. Even with these struggles, we persevered and became one of the most successful classes coming out of Canyon Vista. All you have to do is glance at the trophy case and look at the athletics wall on your left to see what the mark we have left on this school. But all good things must come to the end. So unless anyone would like to be held back, we must move on to high school. For many of us going to Westwood and others who are not, we will most likely face very different challenges from middle school. Change our lives will be presented to us. Grades will start to matter more, and a lot more homework and stress will happen, as well as the leash our parents have had on us since birth will slowly start to fade away. So I ask you, how will you respond to this new situation? Will you persevere through, seeing that there is always light at the end of a dark tunnel, as high school has always been very hard? Or will you give up and go down a path that our family has been working hard for us to avoid? Henry Ford once said, whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right. So do we as a grade believe that nothing will stop us from reaching our goals? Because everyone around us believe it. All the staff, parents, they've seen what we're capable of. All we have to do is believe in ourselves. Even with these obstacles, there are always things to look forward to. We can start to forge our own path in high school, and we can do things we feel passionate about. Our friends will become an even bigger part of our lives, as they will be the ones to lift us up when we fall down. They will be the ones to support our opinions when no one else believes or respects them. So as I wind down this speech, I just want to leave with a few final words. One student's voice is powerful, but together they're unstoppable. Thank you.
Thank you, Audie. Save the best for last, that's for sure. All right. So as far as dismissal from the assembly, parents, if you want to stay for pictures, you're welcome to stay seated. Otherwise, if you want to get out now, you can.